when you're just trying just kind of to be kind of lazy and just kind of just not even capturing what a snuff film is supposed to be like, and you're just
You know
kind of
what film I felt like that was, and a lot of people were like, "Really?" And I shit all over it because I thought it was absolutely awful. Was it Raise Hell or From Hell? Not From Hell, but
Free from
Rob
Hell.
Zombie's Rob Zombie's
Yeah, Free from
film
Hell.
that he did, Free from Hell. I thought that was nothing but recycled torture porn. It was, and
Basically
then
was.
don't get me wrong. Like I love House of a Thousand Corpses. Like I like that movie. That's one movie I
Fair
will say
enough.
I
I
absolutely
mean,
love it.
that movie had at least some persona, and then it's like everyone just gets lost on either the ending. And I mean, don't get me wrong, I watch Criminal Minds, and that's a
Yeah.
very morbid show on network TV. Network
Um.
TV.
That's so
You can
funny because
show
I feel like
anything after
I
9 p.m.
you just made me feel real silly because I'm like I just told Cam I like House of a Thousand Corpses and he's like yeah it's a cool film and it's like it's like I know
I
you probably see
remember watching it when it was on, and
gorier shit than
I
that.
had no business
Um.
watching it. I would be laughing at it 1 minute, and the next thing you know, I'm being shocked by, oh, someone just got gruesomely shot in the head. How are they modifying this for TV? Oh, they're not. This is never airing on
Um.
TV. They, do you remember when that first came out? And it's like
Oh yeah.
it even got rated X in certain theaters that
Yeah.
no one wanted any kids to come in if they could help it. It's kind of like Dawn of the Dead. It has an
Yeah.
R, but every video store that carried it would always say, "Not show some ID for this movie. You cannot watch it. We are not going to accept any returns or complaints if you watch it without knowing what it's."
When it comes to the House of a Thousand Corpses, I actually think the second one too is
Devil's
kind of it's
Rejects. Yeah,
they're different. They're two. It's apples and oranges, both of those films.
they're both kind
Um,
of go by. Everyone tries to find connections and get confused, and
they're not. This
it's
is
like the machete characters that appear, the deputy and his
right.
son that appear in uh, From Dusk Till Dawn and all the other Rodriguez Tarantino movies. Is like you have to go by again Wile Coyote and Elmer Fudd logic. They're just regenerating cartoon live action characters. That's
Right. But what was
it's a
interesting about House of a Thousand
it's a fever
Corpses is
dream.
that that's funny that you say that. Again, that's what it was for Rob Zombie. This was his first movie, and he threw every fucking thing, every idea he had into House of a Thousand Corpses. Because if you really honestly look at the movie, it's a fucking mess. It's kind of a
Oh yeah,
mess.
it's
I
like
mean, it's everywhere.
Tarantino on acid meets.
Right.
I feel like Strangeland kind of opened up his vice. Lionsgate was like, we need more of those kinds of movies like that or
Right.
Cube. We'll buy Saw. We'll buy all this Rob Zombie stuff. We'll buy all these other just crazy ape shit movies that no other
Like my
studio was.
favorite part is the guy when he's like, "I know the truth." He's like, "This is hell. This is hell."
Oh
I love that
yeah.
part.
And remember how goofy Rainn Wilson, pre Dwight on The Office is.
Free Dwight. Yep. I know,
Walton
dude.
Goggins
I
from The
tell people that's
Shield.
Rainn Wilson. That's and
Yeah,
people
remember
I'm
Walton
like, yeah.
Goggins is one of the deputies. He's like, please don't kill
Hmm.
me.
Oh God, I know that part. But there's some good one-liners in there too. I've actually said some of the things I've heard in House of Thousand Corpses too. When he's like, well, how do we get it? He's like, I bet if I told you you can stick your head through the fire, you could see hell. And then the devil be saying, holy moly, I got me a live one. Or when he's telling that joke is one of the most disgusting jokes ever. When he's all like, eat your wife's pussy. He's like, I'm sitting there, I'm eating her pussy, and she's like, shh, you're gonna wake up grandma. And I was like, that is so gross. But the second one, though, when it comes to his films, that's more of like a police chase film. It's more of like a criminal chase movie. It
Yeah,
stops
it's like
being about
Badland. What was it? Badlands meets Natural Born Killers meets something
right,
else, like a
like
special kind
Natural
of
Born
zombie.
Killers. Exactly. And actually, he had Doctor Death in the sequel, and he actually gets pulled out of a hospital. But he even said too, it didn't make sense with the plot of the film. So this is actually Rob Zombie recognizing, okay, my two films don't actually correlate like this, so we have to cut it.
It
So he
doesn't
actually
mean
cut that
anything,
scene
guys.
out. Yeah, he cut that whole part out with the Doctor Death and all that, or he cut all that out. But when you got to the third one, first of all, I really, really I was taken back by this whole let's love these characters just simply because they're murderers. You had this whole like, did you see the third one?
That was Free from Hell, right? Or was that?
Yes.
Yeah,
Freaks me out.
I didn't think about it too hard because there's just no point. So I was just kind of just going for the craziness. I actually thought it was pretty well filmed, but I understand your meaning in that there just wasn't anything to really like attach oneself to like thrillingly. I don't go for the emotion.
Right.
It's nothing really thrilling. I recall Danny Trejo showing up, and he always plays a different character in zombies films.
But
I almost
they
feel like he
tried to
should
make the
revisit.
audience like it's
Sorry.
like someone told it's like someone told Robert Zombie though, hey, you got some really awesome characters that everyone loves, so you should just bring them back, even though they got shot to pieces in the second one. And it was like when he brought them back, I was like, I don't know who the fuck told you that, but that's like maybe a handful of your friends, but these aren't characters you're supposed to get behind. You were actually rooting for their demise in From Hell. I was hoping the cop was gonna kill him. I was like, definitely, especially when he's running around chasing her, I smell rabbit. I was like, that part was awesome. I was actually mad when the cop died. But that one, it just seemed like you had characters at that point that were invincible. Nothing was going to touch them anymore. So it didn't matter me watching this movie because it had torture porn in it, when they're torturing that family at the dining table. That scene went on way too long. I was like,
surprised they
Jesus
escaped
Christ.
with an R. I thought they were
Yeah,
for sure.
but it was so like hand-fisted too. Like when he's like, look at those ashes up
I don't
there, and
think I
she's
would
all
say
like,
it's in the same sense as a zombie movie because you're gonna give them some sick ideas.
you
And
know
I'm
what I
sick
mean?
for thinking
So off the cuff, I guess you should say. I
off
should
the
mean.
cuff. There you go.
Um,
That sounds dirty too.
but basically, when he was like, "That's my grandmother's ashes," and then he starts like doing shit to the ashes and everything like that, I was like, "Come on, so on the nose,"
So on the
And then
nose.
we went to they went to Mexico, and then I don't know, did it offend me personally? No, but when he had his
He does
wife.
seem to like to do a lot of border crossing.
Well, when he had his wife put on the Native American headdress and then go around shooting with a bow and arrow, I was like, bro, is this why you had it in select theaters? Because you were going to get some clap back for that, and he did. A lot of people were very offended that he did that. Me personally, I get it. It's a film. You want the characters to be hated, but I was like, I don't even think anything's going to happen to these people because nothing does happen to them. They were shot a bazillion times and still got up and
I
lived.
think he's
And
trying too hard to try and I don't know, make his wife be the next scream queen, and it's like she doesn't have any charisma. I actually don't think she's a terrible actress like many do,
no.
but she doesn't stand out to me either.